If we experience suffering, brothers and sisters, do you believe that it is God testing us? That is to say, in any environment, to understand it is from God's will, to produce a heart of faith. Let's take an example. In the Bible, there was a man named Job. He, for no reason, lost 10 children. In one day, 10 children died, and again, for no reason. Immediately following, in one day, he also lost all his livestock at the same time. Cattle, sheep, camels, and donkeys, and almost all of his servants died. So, regarding this environment, would Job speak words of complaint? He did not speak words of complaint. Instead, he spoke words of faith. He said, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job believed this was the suffering God gave him. It was not for no reason, it was from God. Because of such faith, he understood that this was a blessing from God. God takes away. Even if God takes it away, we still give thanks to God. This is from God, so we give thanks to God. In this way, Job pleased God. Immediately following, Satan complained about Job again, so God continued to test Job, letting Satan attack Job, causing Job to be covered in boils from head to toe. At this time making Job suffer unspeakably. Immediately following, Job was covered in he had boils. Then his wife scolded Job, saying, Job, are you still holding on to your integrity? Are you still holding on to your integrity? You are already in this state. Why don't you curse God and die? But Job still did not listen to his wife. Instead, he rebuked his wife. Job remained the same. He still guarded his loyalty to God until death. Job said, he said a sentence like this: "When he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold." Finally, after God saw that Job's testing was over, God greatly blessed Job, making the blessings Job received even more than before. The previous blessings, the current blessings, compared to before, were double the blessings. So did Job believe. It was from God's refining. He believed. In the book of Job, it was he himself who said, "When you have tested me, I shall come forth as gold." Job believed. It was God's refining. It was not for no reason. It was from God. Ultimately, because he believed it was from God. Then, since it was from God, he gave thanks. In speaking, he did not say many reckless words. Instead, he said he would be loyal to God until death. And finally, God blessed Job. If we are in an environment of suffering, do we believe this is from God's refining? We must believe. Often when we are in suffering, we do not know it is from God. When the refining ends, at the time of victory, we then realize it was from God's refining. And that's just like Brother Heber being refined, having experienced 10 years, about 10 years of refining through hunger, after the victory. Only then realized, after becoming the father of the nation, only then knew it was the Heavenly Father's goodwill. It was the Heavenly Father letting his own son experience 10 years of refining through hunger. Ultimately, when we look back on the previous refining today, we are instead grateful. Brother Heber, during this process, did not complain for a single day. All was gratitude, even when having nothing at all, eating only every 2 or 3 days, having steamed buns to eat, gnawing on buns without any side dishes, all while giving thanks to the Heavenly Father with tears. Ultimately, after experiencing the refining, only then realized it was God's refining. In that process, thinking that, because of not having a job, unable to find work, it was because oneself had to serve God wholeheartedly, so experienced poverty,